Welcome to Dr. Satyabama's Learning Academy. I'm Dr. Satyabama, working as an assistant professor in SRM Institute of Science and Technology, Ramapuram. Today's topic is capital budgeting techniques or methods. Before going to the broad classification of these techniques, we'll see the meaning for capital budgeting. What's the meaning for capital budgeting? It's a practice of making investment decisions in capital expenditures such as machinery, building, etc. The primary goal of capital budgeting is to determine whether a specific investment or project will yield sufficient returns to justify the cost and risk involved. This is what the meaning for capital budgeting. Next, coming to kinds of capital budgeting decisions, there are four uh, decisions. That is, first one, replacement of fixed assets. Why we need for going for the replacement? Already we are having existing fixed assets like machinery, equipment, building. When they become outdated, are inefficient, are no longer functional, to improve operational efficiency and ensure the smooth functioning at business process, need to replace the fixed assets. Then purchase of big assets. Normally in an organization may go for purchase of big assets. This involves acquiring large, expensive or long-term assets such as land, building, heavy machinery, vehicles. These are typically capital investments aimed at expanding the business, increasing production capacity, or supporting new projects. Next one, diversification. What do you mean by diversification? It's a strategy where a company expands its product offerings, service, or market reach. This involves entering new markets, developing new products, etc. The last one, research and development, is very essential for any organization because it refers the activities undertaken by a business to innovate and develop new products or services. It involves the experimentation, testing, and analysis to provide a company's advantage. So once the company is going for research and development, then only they came to know that the customers' taste and preferences. Based on this R&D result, if they are producing the product, 90% of the companies are sustained in the business, even they are making the profit. The last next one, steps in capital budgeting. There are 5 steps in capital budgeting we'll discuss. First one, generating investment proposals. First, uh, how will generate the investment proposals? It involves the identifying and creating ideas for potential investment opportunities. Proposals can include expanding existing operations, launching new products, acquiring new assets, or entering new markets. So this is about generating new proposals. Next one, estimating cash flow for the proposals. Cash flow means both inflow and outflow. Cash flow for the proposals. Here, cash associated with the cash investment proposal. Accurate cash flow estimate help assess and projects profitability and financial viability. Factors like sales forecast, taxes and depreciations are considered for the estimating cash flows. Next one, evaluating cash flows. This is what the very important topic, very important step in the capital budgeting. Evaluating cash flows, we are having 5 methods. ARR method, then payback period method, IRR method, NPV method, the profitability index method. So we'll discuss later the evaluating cash flow techniques. Next, once the evaluation is over, next is selecting the project. Which one is best? We'll select. Most viable project can be chosen based on the alignment with the organizational objectives, budget, and risk tolerance. Typically, project with the highest return or strategic value is selected. Highest return or strategic value, which project is having more strategic value, will select that project. Then monitoring and re-evaluating. Once the project is implemented, it is monitored to ensure the performance as expected. This involves tracking key performance indicators, comparing actual results with forecasted results. So this is what monitoring. Then re-evaluation. Re-evaluation means correcting. If there is any correction need, or sometimes need some measures will be taken, adjustments or corrections or measures will be taken, this re-evaluation techniques. Sometimes even termination of the project if it fails to deliver desired results, that is also possible in this re-evaluation. Hope you understood with the steps in capital budgeting. Next one, the evaluation techniques, that is capital budgeting methods we are going to discuss. There are broad classification. It is two kinds of methods. First one, traditional or non-discounting method. Second one, discounted cash flow methods or modern method. So non-discounting method includes accounting rate of return, payback period method. Discounted cash flow methods includes, that is, three methods: NPV method, IRR method, profitability in the PI method. So we'll discuss detail in one by one. First one, accounting rate of return. What is the meaning for accounting rate of return? So rate. So whatever the result we are getting, it will be a percentage, the rate. It's a financial metric used to evaluate the profitability of the investment or project. It represents the average annual return generated by an investment, expressed as a percentage, or the initial investment cost or average investment over its useful life. The overall life will be taken into account. So our accounting rate of return, whatever the profit we are getting, will be divided by initial investment into 100, will be getting the rate. If it is the highest rate, that project will be selected. Hope you understood with the accounting rate of return. That is profit divided by initial investment. The average profit will be taken into account. Overall profit divided by after deducting depreciation and tax. Then divided by average investment into 100 will be taken into account. That is the return. Another one non-discounting method is payback period method. What do you mean by payback period method? It is nothing but how soon, whatever the investment we made for the machinery, how soon we are going to get back the returns. Maybe for 5 years, maybe for 2 to 3 years, whatever the initial investment we invested, we are going to get. Whichever the high, which project is going to get shorter term, that project will be selected. For payback period method, how long it takes an investment to recover its initial cost. If it is within 1 year, if you are getting the return, or 2 years or 3 years. So whatever the answer we are going to get this particular problem, the years, which the year is within shorter period if we are getting means will be selected. Hope you understood with the payback period. But think we'll discuss in problems. Today's class we are going to discuss only accounting rate of return with problem. I'm going to explain all with meaning. NPV method, that is net present value method, it is nothing but, so net present value method, it calculates the present value of future cash inflows minus initial investment. So NPV method, it's a discounting method. It's mean we are going to discount the year. Here, time value of money plays a major role because today's value of money will not be same for future. So we need to discount. We are going to project in future if we are purchase one machinery or selecting one project, how that will perform. So it's a prediction. So discounted method, we need to discount the cash for future value. We need to find out the present value first, then future value, then we are going to get the NPV, that is net present value. So based on this one, we are going to work out once we work out the problem, you will get the clarity. Then internal rate of return, IRR method, it determines a discount rate that makes the NPV of a project equal to 0. So this is also, once the problem is worked out, we will get the clarity. The last one, profitability index, it compares the present value of the return cash inflows to the initial investments. So these are all the things we are going to discuss. First one, accounting rate of return. In this video, accounting rate of return problems will work out now. The accounting rate of return or average rate of return. So this is what we are going to discuss now. It's a financial metric used to evaluate the profitability of an investment or project. It represents the average annual return generated by an investment, expressed as a percentage of initial investment cost or average investment over its useful life. The whole life it is going to take for this particular ARR method, or the expressed on particular machinery, we are going to take the whole life of the machinery. So formula for this measure method, average profit divided by average investment into 100. How to calculate? First we need to calculate profit. Once we get the profit, then we'll calculate the average profit. After that, second part of the formula, average investment. I will explain one by one. First, profit. How to calculate profit. Note this point. Some problems, it will be mentioned that cash inflows after tax and depreciation. If it is mentioned that we'll take this cash all inflows, total inflows as a profit. Few problems, they will not mention that cash inflows after tax and depreciation, meaning they will give you separately depreciation, how to calculate depreciation, and tax amount or tax percentage will be given. So we need to calculate after adding all cash inflows, the depreciation should be subtracted and tax also should be subtracted. Understood? If it is given, if it is after tax and depreciation, the cash flows given directly will take only the profit, that is cash inflows, we need to add. If it is given separately, we need to subtract from the cash inflows. Then average profit. So once the profit we found out, then average profit will be divided by number of years. Then average investment, how to calculate average investment? So the original investment will be given minus scrap value. Scrap value will be given in the sum. At last, the plant can be sold out for the 500 or 1000 or 10,000. So after 5 years or after 10 years, the plant can be sold out for this particular year, this particular rupees. That is called scrap value. If we are dividing by 2, we'll get the average investment. So finally, we need to go with the average profit divided by average investment, will get the answer into 100. So the rate will get the percentage amount. Shall we go for a problem now, for ARR problem now? Hope you understood with the ARR method, how to calculate formula also you understood. Fine, we'll go. First one, problem 1. Project K requires an investment of rupees 20 lakh and yield profit after tax and depreciation as follows. The 5 years it is given. First 5 years. Cash inflows for 5 years. 1 lakh. Second year 1 lakh 50,000. Third year 2 lakh 50,000. Fourth year 2 lakh 60,000. The last year, fifth year 1 lakh 60,000 it is given. Clear. The last part of the problem, it is mentioned that at the end of 5th year, the plant can be sold for 1,60,000. You are required to calculate ARR. Means this is what the scrap value. At the end of 5th year, the plant can be sold for 1,60,000. So after using that machinery, it can be dismantled or it can be sold out for 1,60,000. That amount is a scrap value. Hope you understood this problem. We'll go for solution part. So we need to apply the formula already we explained. Average profit divided by average investment into 100. Here cash inflows minus depreciation minus tax. So clearly it is mentioned in that problem, cash inflows after tax and depreciation. It is mentioned in that problem. So we'll directly add all the cash inflows, then that is the profit, then we'll go for average profit. So in that problem it is not given depreciation and tax separately. So the sum itself, it is subtracted depreciation and tax, because that is the reason why they mentioned in that sum the cash inflows after tax and depreciation. So we'll take directly. So now what we need to do, we need to add all cash inflows. So once we add all cash inflows, we'll get 9,20,000 as profit. This is not average profit. After adding all cash inflows, we'll get only 1 lakh 9,20,000 as profit. Now we need to find out average profit. How to find out average profit? Average profit is nothing but profit divided by number of years. So profit 9,20,000. Number of years, how many years it is given in the sum? 5 years. So 9,20,000 divided by 5, it is 1,84,000 is the average part. So first average profit. First part of the formula is over. Second part of the formula is average investment. How to find out the average investment? Original investment minus scrap value divided by 2. So how much original investment it is given in that sum? 20 lakh. Scrap value how much? One, that sum it is given that after 5 years, the plant can be sold for 1,60,000. I told you this is what the scrap value. That is 1,60,000. Divided by 2, it is 9,20,000. So the second part of the formula is 9,20,000. We found out average investment. Now it is a time to get the result. So what is the result? How to apply in the formula? Average profit. How much we got it? 1 lakh. This is what the average profit. I will highlight now this 1,80,000 as the average profit, 84,000. Then average investment, how much we got it now? Now I am highlighting, that is 9,20,000. So 1,84,000 divided by 9,20,000 into 100 will get the result as 20% as the average annual average profit. So this is what ARR for this particular project. So 20% is the good return we are going to get. So we'll select the project. So it's a very simple method. So again I am explaining within 2 minutes I will explain you. Just listen students. So formula cash average profit divided by average investment divide into 100. So profit after adding all cash inflows will get the profit. So how to apply in the average profit? Profit divided by number of years will get the average profit. Then average investment, original investment minus scrap value divided by 2. So original investment is given in the sum minus scrap value 1,60,000 divided by 2 will get 9,20,000. So hence 1,84,000 divided by 9,20,000, that is average profit divided by average investment into 100 will get the 20 percentage as the average annual profit. This is what the answer for this sum. Very simple method. Next video we'll see the payback period method. Next video NPV method, profitability index, IRR method we'll see. So thank you all. You work out some problems based on this formula. We'll get the clarity. Thank you once again. And second year and third year it is given. We'll see the uh, overall cash inflows.